Howdy, folks. I hope you can all hear me okay. Just give me a shout in the chat if you can hear me okay. Let's sort out this. Yeah, that's better. Right. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening to everyone. Hope everyone is well. Total panic here. I had a wedding to go to yesterday, so everything is unprepared. Let me just say good morning, afternoon, evening to our wonderful subscribers and dial-inners. We've got Chuck Schreiber, we've got Digger Evans, we've got Brian, we've got Math and Mick and Dino and Simon Trains, Model Rail Showcase, Smallwood Junction Paul and Wolf Saxenix Paul. And Anthony Dodge has joined us. What a man. Right, let me get back to the other bit. Let's go backwards. Live chat, we're here. Let's just have a quick look at the spreading stuff. Settings hopefully fixed for the next live. Yeah, well, it was really interesting stuff, Brian. That was a great live stream. Really enjoyable because there's always an element of chaos in live streams, as figured by myself this morning, running around like a headless chicken. Had to get to Sainsbury's, get the fish for the mutt, cook the fish for the mutt. The mutt has now eaten the fish and is something like that. So yeah, great screw up. Some of the best lives are great screw ups, because it just gets the mind working. The mind starts racing and Brian comes to the fore. Yes, it's arrived. How about that then? The night of the rhomboid table. Yay. Yes, it probably, I understand that Anthony has now got his. And, oh, nice. Yeah, I'm thrilled. It is a really, really good quality shirt. V-neck, which surprised me. So don't have a lot of V-necks. Usually they're sort of crew necks, like circular ones. But another interesting box. When does the bulk of the locomotives appear? Ivo's champion at the bit today. Good afternoon to you, Ivo. I hope you are well. And I hope the Dutch climate is appearing favourable to you. My T-shirt still not arrived. Dino. Well, there's still a week to go. You can still manage to get it in there. Sakura Denza, hello there. Nice to see you. The third video shows some locos, but the big stuff comes in box 4 to 6. This is a lot of boxes we're talking here, and we've only just scratched the surface. Storm will only arrive Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, this is going to take a little looking into, because I know Anthony's freaking out a bit on this alleged tail end of a hurricane, which is heading for Ireland around about midweek. Now, I really don't think it's going to be much to worry about, because when they start across the Atlantic, they generally tend to fizzle out a bit. And then we get March West Junction Andy. Hello there. Nice to see you. I hope you're having a pleasant afternoon. Charlestown Model Railway. That's Chaz. Hello, Chaz. Great to see you. Yeah, I think that storm's going to either move a little or fizzle out or do both, because they don't usually hit us with any force. Ireland becomes ever more green as a result of them. So it's usually wind and piss, really. It's wind and rain. So we'll see. Ivan Van's on. I warned them ahead of time and gave her a tip. I must have missed something there. Tim Maslin. Hello, Tim. By the time it gets here, we'll have fizzled out. Well, I think also, Tim, I don't think it's going to be anything strong or anything to worry about. The pilots, I think, are just going to sniff at it because it will be away to the north, and they'll be well south of it. Yeah, as it travels across America, it starts to lose strength. That's also the land powers it, and all the various forces. And then it is what it is, and then it starts to weaken, and then I think the last really big semi-hurricane we had was 1987, and we all remember what that did, but it was a once-in-a-lifetime event, I think. Parking at Get's going to be a nightmare. Well, I think the way around that... Jean Ricard, hello, Jean. Nice to see you, and it's great to see you last night. In the flesh, as they say, and waxing lyrical as usual in the inimitable Danish style. Great to see you. And it was good to see who was on last night. Our gentleman from Portugal. That was quite memorable. Very humorous man. Yeah, brilliant. Did a good. It was Anthony doing Artie's live stream because Artie's out of it at the moment. So Luma Moba, yes, a German expatriate in Portugal. Yes, I got tongue-tied there, Anthony. I know that doesn't happen often, but there you go. Moneybrook Junction. Hello, Mark. Nice to see you. Now, all I've got this afternoon is a collection of boxes here, which I've dragged out really fast, and we'll get them on the track and we'll get them running. So you'll just have to sort of bear with me. So this will be the Keystone Cops that you don't usually see because I'm usually all prepared and all the rest of it. But it is what it is. I had a wedding to go to yesterday, which took up most of yesterday. It was my niece, Julie, and Ben getting hitched. So we were there for that. And I didn't get back until early evening. And I knew I was up against it today to get the live stream going and stuff. But once more, there's the Knights of the Rhomboid table. This is what you get when you order it. Great quality shirt. As soon as I put it on, no itch, no scratch. I thought, oh, this is really nice, and it fits really well for a small like me. So whatever you've ordered, I think you're going to be pleased with it. Particle Station, I've just seen Charlie pop straight in there. So I'm going to adjust the camera a bit, and we'll open some boxes and get out the gear and start doing some running. So I haven't cleaned the track. It is what it is, as they say. And Mick, hello Mick, nice to see you. Right, so let's get the camera swiveled. Let's swivel on this. Actually, let me say a big thank you to Charlie for Charlie did a walk around of George's train shop, which I believe is somewhere around the Toronto area. Correct me if I'm wrong, Charlie. And whilst he was using his video camera to go through all the different cases of different locomotives, I spotted one. What am I running? DC. It's DC today. Yes. If you're unprepared, then DTC can be a nightmare. So I'll give you that one, Brian. Just run a light track cleaning car in a consist. I could do that, but usually when I do that, I'll run a pretty heavyweight British diesel to use a bit of grunt. Just you wait, Andy. It starts scratching when you get to Gets. Yeah, it's the wallet that starts scratching when you get to Gets, because there will be some stuff there. Woohoo! DC rules. Yeah, I know. Don't get too excited, Brian. It's only because I'm totally unprepared. Am I ever totally unprepared? No, not really. A whole lifetime of calamitous things have prepared me for the worst. But it's a bit of fun on a Sunday, so let's not get too excited. Anyway, I'm going to set up the camera so you can roughly see what I'm preparing for. This you will see, a fair amount of boxes there. Mostly from Messrs Roundhouse. It's in Markham, which is north and just to the east. It's about 20 minutes drive east from me. Well, in one of these cases, I saw a brass locomotive, which was new to me. And it had the wheel arrangement of the Casey Jones Sierra 460. And I thought, what on earth is that? And I didn't think there were any brass locomotives that even vaguely resembled it. So I did a bit of quick homework, and I find out it's the CB&Q K2 460. And I had a quick scout around to see what I could find. And sure enough, there was one on eBay. I contacted Anthony, and the deal is done. So that should be coming at some time. And then we'll have a reveal all. Robert's train set. Good afternoon, Robert. I'm in the stream. Hope you're all well and ready for gets. Yes, I'm as ready as I'm ever going to be. Everybody's panting to see Anthony and Joyce and all the rest of the guys. The best thing to come over, going to Stafford show last. Do you know the best thing to come over to 10 Commandments to do? Boxes for transporting locos and wagons. Best thing I've bought in a long time. Yes, yeah. If you're looking for that kind of thing, that can really, yeah. If it hits the mark, it's great. Anyway, onwards and upwards. Excuse me. I've still got the tail end of the cold, but it isn't as bad as it was. Right, so I'm here. Ta-da! I won't twist the PC just in case I lose any signal. But first of all, let's open this one. This is a 260. Again, this is another one that Anthony Dodge helped me purchase. So I am quite indebted to our chief of the rhomboid tables. Right, so very carefully, let's grab it by that. This is how I get everything out of the box. It's very cack-handed, but supporting the loco always. Right, so let's pop this over on the track over here, I think. Right, give me a second. I'll pop this on the track. Yeah. And let's get the tail end Charlie on. Sorry, Charlie. Right, okay, so that's the first bit of it. Let's get the boxes popped out of the way. What am I missing? Siren Trains. Delft Junction Pete. Hello, Pete. Nice to see you. Right, let me just extract the boxes from there, and then I can open up this one. This is the one with the coaches in it. It comes in a box like that, which is the latest Roundhouse thing that they've done. Quite a nice, I hate to use the word ergonomic, but yeah, it's a quite a nice sturdy box. So we'll take that off of there. There's an inner plastic packing, which is this bit, and that keeps everything from moving around in there, which makes it really good to transport. So what I'll do, I'll take these one at a time over onto the track. Chicago and Northwestern. What do you think of that? I think these are outstanding. Considering their old mouldings and things, Roundhouse are really doing these nicely. And of course, Roundhouse now is owned by Athern. And yeah, I think they're really good. Right. That's holding on. And we got Digger Evans as well. Hello, Digger. Sorry, I did see you in there. It's just that there's only so many words I can get out of my mouth at any one time. There's like a combine, which is mostly baggage, but with a little bit of what you fancy in there, a little bit of passenger. Now, these really roll nicely. I wouldn't say they were frictionless, but really, really very nice. Here is a United States Post Office, which I'm indebted to quite a bit. Andy, there is a problem with the sound. Can you hear me any better now? Says Robert's train set. Is anybody else not hearing me? Yeah, da, da, da. Yeah. All okay here. Thanks, Mick. Let me have a look at the volume. Crackling as you speak a bit. All right, okay. Right, make sure that's in. About there. Okay. Let me just check the sound. It may well be a bit low. Microphone is down there. Let's up that a bit. Right, that should be up to 87% now. Yeah, I wonder why there's crackling going on. Any more crackling now? Right, let's get this one on there. There we go. Right, that's that one. Sound a bit crackling. Right. How about now? Have I cleared up? Maybe the wife is cooking pork. That doesn't sound good, actually. You should be coming through. Just show the trains and don't speak. Oh, that's really very nice. Pork and crackling, yum, yum. How about now? Am I coming through any better now? Right, let's move this box. And Timber Surf. Good afternoon, Timber Surf. Sounds all right. Okay, thanks, Chaz. Yeah, there's nothing else crackling in here. I haven't caught fire or anything like that. So let's get this one going. This is the first time I've run this engine. You should see it coming around in a minute. It's actually Chesapeake and Ohio. A 260 wheel configuration. And I think it's outstanding. It's got some really bright colours on it, which are red and orange. For those who are colourblind, it's red and orange. It's coming around about now. So I'll move out of the way and you'll be able to see that a whole lot better. 260 wheel arrangement. There she blows. With some Chicago Northwestern stock behind. This is another locomotive that I managed to get from the winnings of Anthony's competition. I added a little bit of money, and that enabled me to get this and some kits. The kits which I am building as we speak. It may be YouTube. Oh, okay. It could be. Haven't had crackling before. But David Hall. Hello, David. Afternoon, all. Afternoon. How are we all doing? Not so bad. Not so bad. A little bit hectic. We're running some Americana today. I've always loved the Wild West, the Casey Jones, Tales of the High Iron. There's something about the American engines. As they went on through history, they got more and more pipes on the outside, which made them, to me, very interesting. Because all of ours, always something new, the spice of life. Yeah, absolutely. Usually with the British engines, they're all shrouded in metal plating to try and tidy it up as best they can. But the Americans, it was very utilitarian, lots of pipes going this way and that way. But the earlier locos were quite clean. They'd obviously have a Westinghouse pump or something sitting on the side. It's like the sound you get from wind scratching on the mic. Oh, okay. Yeah, they can look plasticky, but I'd happily not worry about that too much, because in the flesh they look really good. The colours are really vibrant. Not sure how it comes across on the screen. Can't get over the length of the US freight trains. Yeah, you're right, Pete. They're monsters these days. 2 miles, a mile long train, more, maybe more. Well, the mic is attached to the. You probably heard that. It's actually attached to the camera. So it may well be something to do with the lead. Let me try manipulating that a bit. Perhaps there. Any better now? They can fail. Yeah, it hasn't failed in the last year or so that I've been using it, Robert. But you're right. It can fail anytime. The only way I would be able to get around that would be to unplug it and plug it in. And I think if you do that while you're live, it will. So I'd lose the picture and the sound. Midsummer in Scale. Hello there. Nice to see you. Welcome in, as they say. I'm not sure. Let me have a look at the mic settings. See, the microphone's gone down again now. So let's pop it way up. Maybe it's because of my booming voice. I don't know. Charlie, we're just driving just south of LA to Palm Springs when I saw a train with multiple engines. Went as far back as you could see, mostly containers. Absolutely. Still there, but we just have to put up with it. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Obviously, it's one of those things that I think happens on startup, and until you use something like this, it's if you turn the volume down low, far better. Oh, okay. Well, let's try that then. That's down to 39%. How about that? Is that it's fine? Okay. All right. Perhaps I was just over egging it with the sound. Right, we've got thus far. Let's get some more locomotives and coaches out, and let's get them running. Right, if I leave you in that position, if I work over here, you should be able to see what I'm doing. Right, next one up, roundhouse. This one is this one looks like that. It's Denver and Rio Grande flavored. It's got an insert inside, which gives it a little depth. The lid goes back on top, and that goes back on there. As you can see, they really do run nice and freely. And these were just with the plastic wheels that came with it. So, any chance of seeing a German train here? Maybe next week, Ivo. But I will bear that in mind. Your request doesn't fall on deaf ears. Right. Let's see. But I did promise Americana today. Oh, that one's white pass. How did I get that one wrong? But that's a caboose. Right. Let's see what we've got here. That's more like it. Here is a combine, which looks like that. And that inside has got literally everything. The kitchen sink, the lot. So when I bought this, it had already been detailed. And detailed very well. So I'm quite pleased with that. It's one of those where you get it out of the box and you think, oh wow, this is great. Who did this? And why did they let it go so cheaply? As you can see, they run really nicely. KD couplings. Let's take a look at the, just about to ask that, Mick. 8 locos, can't imagine it. 8 locos? Oh yeah, in the States. Right, what have we got here? This one, again, that's got a seating arrangement in it. This one is like a lounge car, and it's actually got the observation on the end, which is this little balcony style thing here. So I'll pop that on as we get photo bombed. There we are. And right, pop that on there. And put this on there. And all I've got left is a caboose, which is a completely different caboose. And it is actually White Pass and Yukon. So we'll pop that on. Rule 1 applies, yeah? Actually, that's the wrong way, so that should be around the other way. Forgive me, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are. And then we'll pop the caboose on. That way. And there we are. Now, the only question is, shall I use my Casey Jones engine? I'll give you the choice here. There's Casey Jones. It's a Rogers 460. Rogers 460, River Rossi. Or I've got AHC 440. What do you think, everybody? I'm happy to go with the flow. Like the look of them? Yeah, they're engines with flavour. Casey Jones. Okie dokie. Casey Jones. It is. Apparently, this was the engine that ultimately killed him, which is a great shame. But that's what she looks like. Rogers 460. So we'll pop her down there. Get the tender. So they both need to go together. And it's going to be heading that way. Give me a second while I grab a hold of this. What is it they say at golf competitions? Go in the hole! Go in the hole! Oh, you basket. You need to hold it with one hand. Dip it in there with the other. Yay! Right, we're nearly there. It's not very kick cars, but I won't ride that train because the general manager is putting the caboose in front of the observation platform. Wow, a bit of artistic license, John. I could always reverse it. And yes, this does have KD on it. There we go. Centre the KD. Yep. And we are ready to go. Right, let's just have a bash. What did Casey Jones look like? Casey Jones really looked like Jason from Barnabas Junction. That's what Casey Jones really looked like. But we all know him as Alan Hale Jr. A very sort of, he had a sort of Popeye sort of expression on his face. Up one side, down the other. Casey Jones had a white hockey mask and the Ninja Turtle. No. We are talking about wholesome Casey Jones with his proper engineer's hat. Yeah, are you digging it? When I go to Bonus Jump's live stream, I'll say hello Casey Jones to him. He'll probably take that as a compliment, actually. But yeah, Casey Jones was quite tall, 6'2", 6'4", something like that. Quite thin and wiry, but a really strong guy. Ex-baseball player. I do have his life story around somewhere, written by a guy called Fred Jones, I believe. I got the book, read it cover to cover. Fascinating story. I think some of it in there is artistic license, but it's difficult to know. Right, here goes. Yay! We have trains. We have picture. The computer is working. For those of you that watch, I can't remember the name of the channel. There's a guy that fixes computers, and he obviously comes from Eastern Europe, somewhere like that. And every time he fixes a computer, he says, we have picture. Computer is working. Hey. And yeah, we love trains. Yeah, we certainly do. There we go. Right, we're off. Let's reposition you over so you can get a closer look on the action. There we go. Here comes the 260. You mentioned nightmares regarding DCC. Can you explain? Yeah, Charlie, if you're pushed for time and you don't have a list of what all of the numbers are, you can be sitting there really trying to press the buttons, trying to find the right numbers that your locomotives are programmed to. It can be a bit heart racing stuff. So you're up against it, and I really don't like that. With DCC, you know you're going to put it on the track, you're going to apply a voltage to it, and it's going to work or not work. Lulanova, talk of the devil. Hello there, nice to see you. Um, yeah, great live chat with Anthony last night. I really enjoyed that, and obviously um, a sense of humour has rubbed off on you, and particularly a sense of humour like Anthony's, which is quite profound. Yeah, Robert, when you've got 5 minutes to get everything prepared and you've got the choice of DC or DCC, um, from my point of view, it's easier just to run DC because I know what I'm going to get. Any dirt on the track, it'll stutter, but it won't stop completely. The sound won't go off, things like that. Um, DCC is great for ideal situations. But the situation I found myself in was up against the old ravages of time. Here comes Casey. Now, I don't think that light up front is working. So let me just add a little bit of speed and we'll see if there's a little flicker of light from the front there. Now, this thing can really motor. I don't think so. I don't think there's a light in the front of that. But when I say it can motor, this is on 50%. Actually, I do think that light is working, but it's so low, it's actually an incandescent bulb. You can barely see it. That's a pretty impressive turn of speed for any locomotive on half power. If I turned it up, I really think this, as wide as my curves are, I think it would jump the track. And it's got the cheese cutter, pizza cutter wheels on it as well. Why did you go back to DC? I didn't. I can shift between DC and DCC at the flick of a switch. But when I do that, the whole layout is either DC or DCC. So I've got to make the choice ahead of time. I've got isolated sections on all of these. These are all isolated over here by various switches. So I can put DC and DCC trains on the tracks and isolate them as I need them. So I can have both on the tracks, but I can only use DCC or DC at any one time in isolation. I hope that's answered the question. Yeah, 187. It is convenient, particularly if you're pressed for time, like I was today, to pull it out of the box, put it on the track, put in an electromotive force, and away you go. Oh, hello, Charles. Welcome in. Just getting my homework done before I start my collection. Yeah, I'm that new. Well, everyone's got to start somewhere. Well, we all had to start. Most of it starts on a bit of carpet somewhere with a circle of track and an interest. And the more you do it, the more it eats at you, the more you expand, the better you get. It's just a progression. So all I can say is fill your boots. It's a great hobby, and there's so much variety. This is all early American, 1880s, 1900s locomotives and stock, because that era just really appealed to me, particularly as a child. I was looking at the locomotives that we had in the UK, and then I saw what the Americans have and had, and I'm thinking, I think they got it right. They were just aesthetically pleasing, really nice to look at. Thus, Attila Varga. Hello, Attila, and good. What would it be? It would be probably good evening or good morning to you. Nice to see you. A little Americana today. Let's just move you across a bit so you can get just a slightly different view. There we go. Well, you're quite welcome, Charles. You'll find another couple of Charlies and Charles here today. You've got Chaz from Charlestown Model Railway, and Charlie, who is from Partick Hill Model Railway. Yeah, quite a few Charles. My middle name being Charles. How about that then? Yeah. For me, the old American stock, really impressive. For a River Rossi, that's quite a quiet model. What they did on this particular model, they put the motor in the cab. I mean, if you look when you come around, you won't be able to see anything in the cab. Um, on the Casey Jones model, but they had the motor vertical, so the worm gear is actually underneath and engages straight onto the rear axle. So, which would be about sort of there. Unusual arrangement. Sidetrack 77 is in. Hello, Holly. I owe you a bit of an apology, Holly, because you did point out to me that there was a brass locomotive that resembled the Casey Jones 460, that being the CB&Q K2. And I didn't take that any further, which stupid me. But I've since rectified that, and the inimitable Mr. Dodge has helped me to extract one from the American continent. So that should be on its way in the next few weeks or so. So I'm sorry I flipped you off there, Holly, but uh, hopefully you'll find a way of forgiving me. And we've got Dwight. We've got the fish can, the tuna can express, Dwight, in the chat. Say hello, everybody. Dwight does quite a wondrous show on a Sunday night. Always something topical, always something interesting, and the chat is always on fire. Mr. Curly does a wonderful show. I'll just slow Casey down a little bit because he is tramping on. Gauge master. When I do use DCC, I have one of these, an NCE power cab. I've been using this for the past 20 years and it's been really good. So no problems with that. Yeah, that come as a bit of a surprise yesterday, Holly. And I remember you mentioning it, and I don't know what I was doing at the time, but I didn't lend it the prominence it should have had, and I should have investigated further. But I have now righted that wrong. So anyway, thanks for pointing that out. That was quite valuable. And the K2 has got a very similar wheel arrangement to this, with 4 driving wheels ahead of the driving wheels under the cab, which is a particular favourite wheel arrangement of mine. There's not many locomotives out there like that. The 260, I think it was called the Brooks 260, the Sierra 460 and the Sylvania 460, and obviously now the CB&Q K2. Oh dear, why is Mower Man having a moment? Mower Man, why are you projectile vomiting the way that you are? Do tell. And we've got Todd Armstrong. Hello, Todd. Nice to see you. And Clive is late on parade. You're never late, Clive. Always a pleasure having you in the stream. And Grandpa Rails, JD. Nice to see you, JD. Running a little Americana today. I'm not sure where she's got to, but a Rogers 460, a la Casey Jones, and a Brooks 260, Chesapeake and Ohio, pulling some Chicago and Northwestern coaches. There we go. Sorry about the photo bomb, JD. And the other thing we have to talk about is Gets, which is next weekend. I don't know whether I'll be doing a Sunday show next weekend or not. Obviously, half of the people that come into this live stream will be at Gets or at Worley. So that's a difficult one. I may well do it. I may well go to Gets on the Sunday. But I think I'll be going on the Saturday, and really that'll be it. I think because the parking on the Sunday is a big question mark. Because if I come on the bike, then I'll have to find a way around the parking. I don't even know if they charge for motorcycles with the. I just don't know. I'll have to find out on the Saturday. I think there's always room to change plans, particularly when Getz is only 25-30 miles up the road. Yes, the game is on Saturday, so what we plan to do is to find alternative parking arrangements, probably at Milton Keynes Station, where there's quite a bit of parking. Then take the shuttle bus across, which Stagecoach are going to be handling every 15 minutes. Just reminding myself, that weekend with Alexandra Palace in the March, got that week booked off, so I need to go to Ali Pally. Yes, I'll be there, Simon. Yes, they are, Holly. Yeah, they're roundhouse. Oh, and I've just lost them. Oh, and stop. And reverse. How about that for a bright light? That's what you call a reversing light. I don't think Hornby could have did much better than that, or worse. Right, stop. Right, bring the coaches up. The hand of God. Here we go. Yes, there is a bit of a disparity between the height of the. It looks like it's holding. So let's start it off. Here we go. Good slow speed there. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Over the points, no problem. There we go. How about that? I don't know why it's just shot a red light, but perhaps they've gone out of sequence now. I think they probably have. But one quick trip around and they'll be back in sequence. Anybody going to the show in Ritchwick in January? Probably not, Ivo. January's usually cold. The reverse beeper isn't working. Yeah. Not on trains that old, they wouldn't be. Tim's got a Revolution Trains credit. They make fantastic wagons. Yes, they do indeed. Skint now. No winter fuel allowance. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Mick. Yes, right. We're back in sequence now. Free parking at the Premier Inn. Yeah, perhaps that's the way of it. Pete, ask them if they that you can park motorcycles for free there. There we go. Right, we're back in sequence. Just the basic decoder, no sound on sale at $20. $20, not bad. Ali Pally has terminals and you can pay when you go in by credit card, much better. Yeah, it's going to become a problem to people where you have to use a parking app. I mean, I really don't like this. They're sort of pushing people into a corner, which I don't like. At least you should be able to have a device in the venue which you could use to pay your parking. That would make sense. If you're going to use these companies, at least set up something in a secure area where you can pay your parking charges. Right, let's give you a slightly different aspect. How's that? Nice bright light. There we go. And you may have noticed on your far left, I left my coffee here, which is now lukewarm. So, cheers everybody. The station master bids you cheers. Yes, you are right, Attila. Working Saturday, going to Whitney Houston Sunday. That'll be interesting. Not my choice, it's the wife. I know where I'd like to go. Yeah, I know, Chaz. Well, it sounds like I've got a big helicopter going over. Todd Armstrong. Digger, sorry, I stepped out for a smoke with my coffee. Well, I'd happily give you an ashtray. Picked up a Roundhouse 50th anniversary 060 locomotive. Would pair well with your yellow coaches. Yeah. Yeah, 060. That's a small one. Andy, I drive about 25 minutes south to the end of the subway, then about 40 minutes or so to get downtown. Yeah, that's a decent way of commuting, Charlie. Yeah, Pete, those Roundhouse, like the old Roundhouse kits, they're obviously still using the mouldings. These are the slightly stretched version than the old Overtons. But they don't do them as kits anymore. They do them as sets. So you buy it in a set of 4. And they really are superb. They roll fantastically well. They've got metal wheels on them, KD style couplings, and a good level of paint detail. There's no detail inside, so there's no seats or anything. Sounds like I need a new mic. I think you're right. I think something's happened when I energized the computer this morning, and it's just decided to throw a hissy fit. So when I'm finished, I will do a few experimentations with the camera and the mic and make sure it's back on for the next time I do a live. You can 3D print seats. Yes, I bought some 3D printed seats for the Overtons, which are the smaller version you see behind the Casey Jones engine. Obviously, I had to import them from the States because I didn't know anybody at that time with a 3D printer. But I would imagine there's probably some STL files out there. Pete, I can't eat crackling anymore. It's too much for too few teeth. Yes, I think I probably need to open negotiations with TimberServe. Right then, let me grab today's camera. Put you back on there. Super duper. Right, sorry everybody about the quality of the sound. Must have took a long time to ballast your track. It did, because I used Copydex, which is a latex liquid to put it all down. I just spread the liquid down, put it all on, and it just sticks to the top surface of the latex and then dries like that. So then I used a micro hoover to hoover it all up, and then whatever I didn't use went back into the big tub and used it again. So it was very economic for ballast, but it did take a long time. It took about a year on and off to ballast it all. So for anybody who's not faint of heart, that is a method you can use. You can still hear me though. Oh, that's okay. But obviously you want it to be perfect and you want to be able to hear everything. 3D scanner for 3D printing. Got one of those KW truck cabs that I want to do, and the guy has disappeared. Don't want to bring my Pennsylvania rolling stock tickets for you to have a look see. Yeah, sounds like a good idea. If you do that, Clive, that'd be super. I'll be there on the Saturday. Yeah, I'd love to take a look at it. Sound like an old man, Andy. I am an old man. Yes, I've got creaking joints, but I'm still in one piece. I'm still in one piece, and that's the important thing. No extractions. Yeah, look at that scraggy chicken neck. What can you do? It's the ravages of time. But are we downhearted? No, not really. What can you do about it? Except for find the cup of Christ, the Holy Grail. Andy is Gollum. Ah, my pretties. You're a winner. If no extractions, yeah, right, okay, yeah. The only extractions I've had is my teeth, and that's another story completely. Don't talk to me about dentists. Looks like an extra from Tenko. Clive, you're a funny man. Great sense of humour. That's all you're lacking. Right. Thanks everybody for coming. I will do a little bit of work on the microphone video and see what we can do. And the Tooth Fairy fails to visit this age. Yeah, there's nothing left for the Tooth Fairy to get a hold of, I'm afraid. Thanks everybody for coming. I know it's been a bit of a cluster. Thanks, Robert. I might get to see you on Sunday, but it's a bit doubtful. You can always drop by the house and pick me up if you want to. That'd be asking a bit much. Anyway, thanks for coming. It's great to see everybody, and I really hope to see Anthony and Joyce at Getz. Let's keep our fingers crossed. I'm sure the gods are with us. Let's put it that way. Canadian Locomotive Logistics, thank you for hosting a video session. You're quite welcome. Always great to have you in. Yeah, thanks everybody. I'm gonna cut and run. I'll do a little fiddling around with the video. What I'll do is I'll just start from scratch, turn the computer off, pull the cables, load it up again, and we'll take it from there. And I'll have a listen back to see. I can't stand the sound of my own voice, but I will have a look back and see how bad it is. Anyway, thanks everybody for coming. Take care out there, and I will see you all quite soon. Adios, amigos.